Welcome back to 272 Berdan. We have an exciting show filled with spring sports previews and an interview with Aiden Woodside and how the spring musical is coming along. Thanks for joining us. So what's this year's musical about, and can you give us a brief description about it?
Okay, so this year's musical is Annie, and for those who aren't familiar with it, it takes place in the Great Depression, and it's about an orphan girl who gets adopted by a really rich guy and all the crazy stuff that ensues.
So what character do you play, and what are they like?
I play Warbucks. He's the rich guy who adopts Annie, and he's pretty much he's an older, kind of colder guy, but then as the show goes on, he gets more lovely and warmer and stuff like that. So,
what's the difference between this year's show and last year's show?
So last year's show was Freaky Friday, which was it was also a feel-good type of show, which Annie also is. But the biggest difference is that this year's show will be taking place inside, while last year's was outside on a stage.
What do you think the cast's strengths and weaknesses are?
I'd say our cast strengths is definitely the chemistry we have on stage. And our weaknesses, I think people just goof off a bit too much during rehearsal, but we'll sort that out.
Is there a way that people can still get involved in the show?
Yes. We have a crew that we need to put together. We're selling concessions. We need help with that. So you can ask Mr. Fleisener. He is one of the junior English teachers, and he can probably fill you in.
And finally, when and where is the show, and how can I get tickets?
So the show is the end of this March. It's going to be in the auditorium, and you can get tickets. We'll be selling them at lunch the week before the show, or you can buy them at the door.
Thanks, Aiden. Now we'll hear from Jake with his interview with Dean Kira on the baseball team.
Hello, I'm Jake Tallarico alongside Dean Kira for our spring preseason interview on the baseball team. So, my first question for you, Dean, what are you expecting for the upcoming season?
Well, last year we won counties, so always expecting the same thing, if not better. Came off for a great game against PCTI. You know, there was always great teams in our division, teams like DePaul, teams like PCTI, and teams like Valley. So, you know, it's always good playing those teams.
Yeah. So, what are some of the key returning players, and what are they like?
First off, we have Steven Cubis, great outfielder, great player, great hitter. And then we have CJ, you know, basically quarterback of the baseball field as a catcher. You know, you have to call the pitches for the pitcher, and just overall a great player, great hitter too. And then we have Jacob Hogan. He's also a great player, captain of the infield. He's a shortstop. And we have Robbie Hughes, who's a great pitcher.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of those guys, and they're really good players. So my next question is, what do you think your teammates could do in order to succeed this season?
Well, last year we succeeded. We had great chemistry. And I think the key for us is having great chemistry, especially with the new coach coming in.
Obviously, you're only a sophomore, but what is your favorite memory so far on the team?
Favorite memory, I'd 100% say winning the counties. That was a great game. I remember Phil pitched a great game. It was just a great team win.
And then for my last question, what is something that you will miss when this season upcoming is over?
I think it's for every sport. It's always the seniors. I think we have great seniors. You know, they're great in leading us, leading the team. And it's just for every sport. You always miss the seniors because they're great guys.
All right, thank you for joining us, Dean. And that concludes our segment on Wayne Hills, the Wayne Hills baseball team. Next up on 272 Berdan, we'll send it over to our segment on the golf team.
Hello, and welcome back to another segment of 272 Berdan, where we will be talking about golf. I'm Ryan Lemchak, and joining us we have Manuela Gonzalez, a senior on the Wayne Hills golf team. So, Manuela, what are you expecting for this upcoming season?
Well, I'm expecting to have a lot of fun this season. I know it's my last year, and hopefully we'll win some matches here and there.
Yeah, I hope you do. Who are the key players on the team, and what is their key things? What do they do well?
Well, we have two key players that I would say stand out the most, which are seniors Alex Schmidt and Samantha Flynn. They both have played very well in the past, and they have been playing for since childhood and everything like that. So I expect to see high things from them.
Yeah, I know them both. You guys should have a pretty good team this year. What does the team need to do to be successful for this season?
I think this year we just need practice. Since it's cold, no one goes to the range. But yeah, we'll get back in shape.
Yep, you know what they say, practice makes perfect. What is the best memory of you playing on the team so far?
I think the best memory that I have on this team is my freshman year. Coach Dubois took us out a couple hours earlier before our match, and yeah, we had a lot of fun, and we ate.
That's pretty cool. It's like a team bonding experience. What will you miss most when you leave the team?
I will definitely miss the friendships that I have made. I think our team is pretty strong in bonds. And, yeah, I will also miss Coach Dubois because this is his last season with us.
Yeah, he's a pretty good coach. So thank you for joining us. That's it for the questions. But don't go anywhere, because up next we will have Lexi and Sarah with a segment on lacrosse.
Hi, my name is Lexi Minardi, and today I have the chance to talk to Wayne Hills Jr. Alyssa Soriel. Alyssa is going to be talking to us about the upcoming lacrosse season and how the team ended off last year. Last season, the team took home many great wins and a few losses as well. Let's hear what Alyssa has to say about how she thinks the season will play out.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Of course, we were first wondering who you think your biggest rival team will be for this season.
Just like any other year, I think that Wayne Valley will definitely be a big rival for us, but I also think that Lakeland will be a rival considering we beat them last year in the county finals.
Yeah, that's great. Another county finals matchup maybe? What are some of your team's goals for this year?
Just like to add on to that, I think that definitely we want to make it to the county finals again this year and even just like as far as we can in states.
That would be exciting. Can you talk about your head coach and what she does to motivate you and your teammates?
Our head coach, Coach Wags, definitely motivates us all the time. She loves just like texting us at all hours of the day and making sure that we're focusing and we're watching film and we're not thinking about other things. And she also just like makes sure that we do as much as we can during our practices to specifically focus on the teams we'll be playing next.
That's a great thing too. What are your favorite parts about being on the lacrosse team?
Honestly, my favorite part is just how it's just like one big family and how all the girls are so kind and they'll help you with anything.
Who are your key returning starters for this year?
This year, our key returning starter is definitely Caitlin Davies. She's committed to the University of Florida to play next year, and I think there's a lot of other seniors who started last year who will be returning this year.
Maybe she can lead you to some great wins this season. What are you most looking forward to for this season?
This season, I will probably just be looking forward to bonding with all the girls and having fun with them and just playing with them.
Thank you so much for talking to us, Alyssa, and good luck with your season. Up next, we have Becca and Noah discussing boys tennis.
Hi, my name is Becca Cohen, and today we are joined by Noah Sandler, who's going to be discussing the boys tennis team with us. So Noah, how does it feel to be starting up the season again?
It feels great to be back. We're starting in just a few days. We had a great season last year. It was a lot of fun. We obviously missed the season before, so it was great to get back last year after missing a year, and then we're excited to be back this year.
What's something specific that the team is working on this season?
I mean, the team is always looking to just be better overall in terms of, because everybody plays their own way. Everybody's been working over the year. And then we have a lot to look forward to. Our team was great last year, and we're just going to keep looking to build on that and do even better this year.
Who are some of the returning players and some of their strengths?
So last year we didn't have any seniors, so everybody is returning from last year. Singles 1, 2, 3, Sahil Chadiwala, Ryan Hogan, and Rocco Lepore are all returning, but everybody still has to compete for their spot on the team, and it's possible that nothing will be the same as last year.
And what are you going to miss most about this team when the season is over?
Just like practices and just matches are just so much fun. Definitely going to miss a bunch of the players as well as the coaches. We have 2 new coaches this year, which I'm looking forward to, and then as well as Coach Green, who's returning.
Well, thanks so much for helping us out and helping us get to know the boys tennis team. Up next, we have Ariana, who is going to be interviewing Cara Langbaum about the distance team for spring track.
Hi everyone, I'm Ariana Aray, and today I'm joined with Cara Langbaum to talk about track, specifically distance. Let's ask Cara a couple of questions about her upcoming season. What are some of your expectations for this season?
I know it's going to be a little challenging because in the spring a lot more people come out and people get really good and really fast. But we won leagues in the winter, so hopefully we could keep that up and continue to do good.
Definitely. Who are the key returning players in distance, and what did they do well?
We have a lot of good seniors, Kyla Leathers and Leah Strauss. They're like really strong in the mile and 2 mile. And then a lot of our boys, our senior boys, are really good, and some other sophomore guys too are very strong in the mile.
Nice. What does this team need to do to be successful?
Especially with distance, it could get like really challenging, not just physically but mentally. So as long as we like stay strong as a team and continue to work together, we'll be fine.
Good. What are you most excited for the season?
I'm really excited to be outside again, like in the warm weather, because I feel like in the spring it's just so nice to be outside and you get really tan really easily.
Yeah, the track tan lines. Is there any specific school you're looking forward to play against?
I mean, it's always fun to go against Wayne Valley because, crosstown rivals.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. What will you miss the most when the season's over?
Probably getting to see my friends after school every day and knowing that it's gonna start getting cold again.
Oh, that's not fun. Yeah. Well, that's it for today. Thank you, Kara, for being here. Up next is Stefania talking to Coach Staggers about pole vault and high jump in track and field. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Ariana Array, and today we are joined by Mr. Staggers, who's going to tell us a little bit about track with pole vault and high jump. First, what are some expectations for this upcoming season?
Our expectations this year is just to go out, have a good time, be competitive within the league and the county. If we make it out of sectionals, then, so be it.
Good. Who are the key returning players, and what do they do well?
We have Katie Gordon.
Yep.
She's a pole vaulter, high jumper. Isabella Hatziglu, she does triple jump, high jump. Madeline Galisi. She just does all the field events for us, all the jumps. Madeline Allegri, Logan, and Tansa. Adulai St. Paul. Yep. We just have a whole bunch of
a lot of people,
just jumpers out there.
Awesome. What does this team need to do to be successful?
I think it's a big thing. This winter we started going to the weight room a lot more, and I think that showed in all of our results.
Good.
So I think as long as the weather's nice, we have the weight room, and the kids just show up.
Yep.
We'll be okay.
It's important. What are you most excited for this season?
Oh, just the competition in general. Just getting back into it. Spring track is my favorite season for track. So just getting out there and just being around everyone and watching the kids learn and grow and get faster. That's what it's all about.
Yes, it's really nice. Yeah. Is there any specific school you're looking forward to play against?
Oh, we want everyone.
Everyone
who wants to line up. There's not just anyone, just everyone, the whole state for all I care.
What will you miss the most when the season's over?
Definitely the seniors. I think the seniors, just watching them grow for 4 years and then they leave. And then just like the spring weather, just going out there, just competition overall. It's just something I think we'll all miss. Yeah, definitely. Well, thank you for joining us here, Mr. Staggers, and telling us about your expectations for track. Thank you, Hills, for watching, and stay tuned for Ria's continuation of track with her discussion with Katie Gordon, talking about throwing. Thanks.
Hello, here I have Katie Gordon joined with us today, and I'm going to be asking her a few questions about track and field, particularly throwing. My first question is, what are you expecting for the upcoming season?
Well, honestly, I think we're going to do really good. Last year, the girls' team did really well, and we had a lot of newcomers. So this year, with a lot of people returning, I think we'll do just as well and even better.
Okay, that's great. The next question I have is, what are some of the returning players on the team, and what are they like?
Well, one person who stands out in particular is one of my best friends, Julia Jaworski. And actually, we've been doing throwing since freshman year together. She's kind of like my counterpart. While I do javelin, she does shot put and disc.
I love her so much. She's so sweet. What do you think you and your teammates could do in order to do well in this season?
Well, this year, if we can get into the weight room, I think that'll benefit us a lot. Because last year, due to COVID, we weren't able to. But this year, with less restrictions, I think that'll help us.
Okay, so the next question is, what is your best memory from playing on the team?
Well, one of my coaches who actually moved to a different district now, I got to see him last year at our big groups meet. And it was really great to be able to throw a big throw in front of him again because he kind of was the one who got me into throwing.
Okay, so the final question is, what is something you will miss when the season is over?
Track, everyone's a big family. I mean, the people that are on your team, the people you see year to year on different teams, I mean, everyone's so nice to each other, and I think it's one of those sports where you can talk a lot. So it'll be hard to say goodbye to all those people.
I know, and you're like a senior too, so it's like even harder because you're leaving.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all I have for you today. Thank you, Katie, for joining us. Next up, we have Rebecca talking to Ava Malewski about track, specifically long jump.
Thank you, Ria, for your segment on throwing for track. I'm here today with Ava Malewski. Thank you so much for joining us. Okay, so first, what are your expectations for the upcoming season for track?
Well, I mean, I'd say pretty high. Like we have a lot of people coming in, so I think that there's definitely gonna be more room for people to like actually try long jump. And I don't know, I'm just excited for it.
Yeah,
So.
me too. Who are the key returning players and describe what they do well?
Well, last year for long jump specifically, we had someone named Kira Blakesley, and she was definitely like very iconic for like long jump because she literally carried the team.
Amazing.
But like this year, honestly, I'm just excited for like the new people coming in.
We get to have nice newbies.
Yeah.
What does this team need to do to be successful?
I guess really just put in the effort and like time. Specifically for like long jump, like you need to really focus on like the form and like getting everything down, especially like your steps, like running up to like the pit. So I guess just putting in like the effort.
Yeah, definitely. What's your best memory of playing for this team?
Oh, that's a hard one. I actually have a lot, but like probably just like being with like the people like there. It's definitely a really like positive environment. I definitely like recommend people just trying it like for one season. Everyone there's like so supportive, and it's a really great sport.
And it's a really nice environment, and the weather is it's awesome. What would you miss the most when the season's over?
Oh, probably like, I guess. Well, first I definitely like competing. I love that. That's really fun. Getting medals, that's really fun. And then also like I guess just like the people and like the coaches too. Like everyone's just so nice and like positive. So
Yep, definitely. Thank you, Ava, for being here today. Next up is Mike with his segment on sprinting and hurdles. Hi, everyone. I'm Ariana Aray, and today I'm joined with Logan Intanza to talk about track, specifically sprinting and hurdles. Let's ask Logan a couple of questions about his upcoming season. What are some of your expectations for this upcoming season?
I think that this season we have a lot more people coming out for spring. Last year there was like COVID and stuff, but this year I feel like there's more people that are excited, and I feel like we are going to do really well this season.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. Who are the key returning players in like hurdles?
Key returning players for hurdles. For boys, it's probably Joe. He's a senior. He's really good. We don't have that many boy hurdlers, so come out and try out for hurdles. But for girls, Alex is really good, and mostly Alex.
Yeah.
We don't have that many hurdlers, so
That's okay. Everyone mixes up. What does this team need to do to be successful?
To be successful, I think that we need to work as a unit, and I feel like track, people think that it's like more individual, but at the end, your score, it's everyone's placement combined. So I feel like just encouraging each other and finishing strong.
Yeah, definitely. What are you most excited for what are you most excited about for the season?
I'm most excited for dual meets again, and to be outdoors because our indoor meets for winter, it can get pretty packed and really hot. So being outdoors and just the environment.
Yeah, and it's late, and it's such a nice group of people. I love it. Is there any specific school you're looking forward to play against?
Probably Passaic Valley and West Milford because they have really good hurdlers.
What will you miss the most when the season's over?
I'll probably miss my teammates and the warm weather.
Yeah, definitely.
It's nice being outside.
Well, that's all for today. Thank you, Logan, for being here. Next up is Leah and Marissa talking about boys lacrosse. Stay tuned.
Hi everyone, I'm Leah Caruso, and today I am joined with senior Ryan White to talk about boys lacrosse. Now let's ask Ryan a couple questions about his upcoming season. Tell us, what are some of your expectations for this upcoming season?
I think our number one expectation, of course, is to win counties,
And still
beat
saved
Valley.
by
We didn't
Dan
get a chance to do
Daly.
that last year, but we're gonna work our hardest
Pass
and
there, Luke
to
Crissati.
just get better every day in practice.
And last minute, maybe.
Who are some of the key returning players, and describe what they do well?
It's now Wayne.
I think our biggest returning player is Ricky Iaposi.
With
He's
the
a great
man-up
midfielder.
defense.
He's a great leader for the team.
Really
We
needs
also
to
have a few bright
step it up
sophomores:
here
Dean
for
Wilkie,
Lakeland.
Dom Cataline, Sean Lemchek. These are really talented guys coming up. And I think
Lemchek
all of our
has it.
seniors are just ready to work and get after it.
That's good. What does this team need to do to be successful?
The biggest thing is just we need to be able to communicate with each other. We need to gel as a team. That's something that we struggled with early last year. That's why we had we had a little losing streak, but
Passing back.
I think we're definitely getting better.
Julie.
We're being more united as a lacrosse team. And I think if we can do that, then there's nothing stopping us.
And the shot is going to be a goal.
What are you most excited about for this season?
I'm definitely most excited about the games, the competition, the new experiences to have with my team. This is my last season playing high school lacrosse. It's been a long journey, bounced around a different few teams, but I feel like I've finally called Wayne Hills home, and I built a good bond with these guys just to have a great season with them.
Nice. And what will you miss most when the season is over?
I think I'm going to miss my teammates. It's hard bouncing from football to lacrosse, but then once I get in it, there's nothing that I love more. I have a great time with these guys. It's going to be hard to leave them.
That's good. Well, that's all for today. Thank you, Ryan, for being here. Up next is Thomas and Coy talking about boys volleyball.
Hello, I'm Thomas Emmerich, and I'm joined by boys volleyball coach here at Wayne Hills, Coach Eustace. We will be previewing the boys' 2022 volleyball season. So, Mr. Eustace, what are your expectations going into this season?
Thomas, our expectations don't change from year to year. We expect to compete for our league and our county titles.
All right, what are some key returning players, and describe what they do well?
Okay, I'd like to mention 7 players. Dan Turkin is our setter. He's the quarterback of our offense. Returning players that attack well for us: Zach Muller, Mohammed Suleiman, and Ryan Song. And we have 3 defenders that we're going to count on: Camilo Sanchez, TJ Grohl, and Sebastian Morales.
I know that you coach at Wayne Hills for a while. Talk about what the best memory is of playing for this team.
This group of guys they're just a lot of fun to be around. They really enjoy the game. They're constantly trying to get better at practice every day. They don't really take a lot of time off, but they don't really beat themselves up either. It's just a good experience for them.
What will you miss the most when the season is over?
I don't really want the season to end ever. This group of guys, they're just such nice people. It's going to be really difficult to move on from them because I like being around them. I'm going to go see them at graduation. Maybe I'll stop by the prom. It's just a great group of people.
Thank you, Mr. Eustace, for sharing this with us. I wish you and the team nothing but the best this year. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of 272 Berdan. Until next time, I am Thomas. So long from Wayne Hills TV.